Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to interview today. Genuinely means the world to us over our Property Radar. I'm curious, man, what's the real reason you launched Nexa? The part most people don't know.
So, well, I think most people do know it. But the real reason I launched Nexa specifically, loan officers were getting treated like shit in the industry, in my opinion. And I wanted loan officers to be treated the way that I wanted to be treated as an officer. So I couldn't find a company that did it. So what I did is I ended up creating that company. If you can't find a gas station 1,000 miles, build a gas station, man. Things could work out. And it worked, it obviously worked out.
Build it and they will come.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So, Mike, you went from loan officer to CEO, running the #1 brokerage in the country. What skill mattered the most in that jump?
So really, I am a loan officer at heart at the end of the day. I'm still that guy. So I don't say CEO things. I don't act CEO-esque, right? I'm a little awkward in the boardroom like this. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing to run an organization this size is you got to learn to delegate. You got to have the best teams.
Yep.
You got to have structure. You got to have organization. Everything has to have a place.
Yep.
And then as long as you do those things and you have the right people up, it's actually not that hard.
Yeah. No, I love that answer, right? What's one thing big banks get wrong about servicing and supporting their loan officers that brokerages do better?
Well, big banks are publicly traded. They're investor funded, right? They're after one thing, $1 and money, and the loan officer is the most expensive thing out there. Now, look, I'm after $1 too. Let's not get it twisted. I like small money over long periods of time where they'd rather make big money
chunks
in shorter periods of time.
Yep.
So, and I think that's what banks get it wrong. Like, take way better care of your loan officers, and you'll have longer loan officers.
Yeah, longevity is huge in that industry, 100%. Mike, in your opinion, what's the fastest way a new LO can double their pipeline at Nexa if they're just getting started?
There's no secret pill out there to this question. Right? The fastest way is make more phone calls. Wake up before your competitors, go to sleep later than your competitors, and do more money-making activities every hour you're awake than your competitors. And the world is your oyster. You will become #1 eventually if you follow that model.
Yeah, hard work's the secret, right?
There's no secret.
It's true. And I've heard it from multiple CEOs, so I appreciate that sentiment a lot, man. Nexa 100, genius move or risky bet? Break it down for me.
Genius move. It's profitable as hell. People don't understand how we make money, and I love that they don't.
Yep.
Keep the ideas coming because they're wrong and they're beautiful to see.
Yeah. What's the biggest lie you've heard about the broker model, and what's your response to that?
So the biggest lie is we lose control. Currently, that's the only thing they have nowadays is, they lose control because we don't have our own underwriters. We do have our own underwriters, though. I don't have their W-2s on payroll.
Yep.
Right? My other lenders do, but we have dedicated pods just to us. So that's not true. And besides, who loses control? Because I have 280 underwriter sets to choose from.
Gotcha.
Not one. Who has control?
Yeah. In your opinion, Mike, what's the one system that made national scaling possible for your business?
Revenue share. Revenue share. Hands down.
Love it.
Right? The ability to get every single person singularly focused on a mission that everybody could benefit from.
Yep.
Revenue share.
Yeah. Money talks, baby. Fantastic answer. Mike, how do you keep performance high when growing at like this rate? You guys exploded. How do you keep performance and metrics in order?
So performance and metrics that have to be high for me is going to be all my support team because I don't have a huge support staff. So they all have to be working at a high level.
Got you.
Loan officers have a choice. You got 2 rules in Nexa. This thing is real simple. Be legal, be profitable. You want to do 1 loan a year? I'm going to encourage you to do a lot more than that. As long as you're profitable, you're not causing me a legal problem. You can hang a little bit of paper if you want because I'm going to keep that loan officer when the refi comes back. Then they're doing 12 loans a year.
Yep.
Right? Fine. But at the end of the day, it can be hard to get a loan officer that's just not motivated to do it. You got to learn to motivate people. But look, motivation isn't something you can easily teach. That is something they're born with. You can't buy that at a grocery store. You can't go down to a dealership and pick up a nice new set of motivation, right? That's something you can't teach. It's really hard. It's like in basketball. You can't teach height.
Yeah, right.
Same thing. In sales, you can't teach motivation. They got to have that in them.
Yeah.
If they got it, I can teach them the rest.
Yeah.
You got to find those right people.
Yep. It's always the people. It's always the people. Mike, what's the hardest leadership lesson you learned in the last 2 years over at Nexa?
Be careful who you trust. Humans continue to disappoint me, unfortunately. Be careful who you partner with.
Yep.
So,
partnerships are like a marriage, so I hear you.
That's correct. And you might be all in, but they might not. And you got to try and identify that, and that's hard to do.
Yep. No, absolutely. Mike, last question for you. If you lost Nexa tomorrow, how would you rebuild it in 90 days?
How would I rebuild it in 90 days? Partners. The same exact people who built Nexa up would be the same exact people who built the next one up.
Yep.
So you got good people who know how to do this, who believe in my leadership. They're going to follow along. They're going to come along, and they're just getting more benefit now moving forward.
Yeah, fantastic, Mike. Thank you so much for your time today. Genuinely appreciate it.